YouTube, what is going on this morning? Welcome aboard, everybody. A drunk pilot here. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are here in Cancun, flying from Cancun to Chicago, ORD, otherwise known as the Windy City, or as my dad and I like to call it, Orlando, ORD. Flight time is going to be about 3 hours and 33 minutes. We are in the PMDG 737-800, 34,000 feet, and we've got random passengers, so 159 passengers, 21,541 fuel burn. We got the sun coming up, and I think that's all I have to say about this. I do have a new program running, the MSFS 2020 Auto FPS. We're going to see how this works out for us. See if this improves our graphics or anything like that. Any stuttering, especially coming into Chicago. And hopefully it will. I did disable the frame generation mod and turn back on DLSS. Wasn't too happy with that because I already am running a 4090, so really no point in that. I was just kind of experimenting around with it. So it's about 4:30 in the morning, and I'm definitely going to have to use some fast forwarding. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see if we can get this done before about 7 o'clock, before I have to leave for work. So we will go ahead and hop on in and reset my view. All right, looks like I might be able to see everything without having to turn my flashlight on. So battery is in. External power is applied, and turn our dome lights on, nav lights on, wheel well, wing, logo lights are all on. Go ahead and turn on some of my lights and tell my first officer, let's start setting up. Let's start setting up. And he's not gonna listen. Why is my button not registering? This control. See, whenever I try and change this, it closes the app. So just save changes. We are not Egypt Air today. We're American. Go ahead and delete current assignment, start scan, save changes. X, let's start setting up.
Roger.
Okay, there we go. All right, now we can take a look at our weather for Cancun. 3003. It looks like we've got calm wind, 7 statute miles, temperature 16. So set our altimeter to 3003 and get some lighting going in here. All right, preliminary checks Thrust levers idle, fuel control shut off, speed brake up, flaps up, parking brake set, landing gear levers down, windshield wipers off, and we will go ahead and guard our emergency exit lights. And our first officer should do pretty much everything else around here. Only thing we really have to check is the altitude for pressurization. Sometimes he sets it, sometimes he doesn't.
Use traffic update to let you know that we've started loading. We sente final load etap 11 we're ready. Roger.
All right, now we'll go over to our EFB, request the data. American Airlines 1910. From Cancun to ORD, cost index is 80. And pull our METAR. All that looks good. And while we are here, we will also pull our flight plan. And go into our FMC. Nav database is current. And we're waiting on that.
I'm out for the walk around.
Should you at least put us in alignment? Should have, yeah. Okay. There we go. Oops. That'll work. It matches. Flight plan request. Sim brief route. Set fuel. 29.8. Looks good to me. Set
Go
payload.
ahead. Hi there. We're now refueling the aircraft and we'll let you know once it's completed. Roger. We're on to cockpit. Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the aircraft is now fueled as requested. Roger.
Select route. Saying 12 right, even though Navigraph is giving me 30 left. My ATC is saying 12 right, so we'll say 12 right on here, and we'll load. Because it's easier to change Navigraph than it is to argue with the ATC. 11,483 feet of runway. Activate. (131.7) looks good. Reserve 6.3. Cost index 80. Cruise altitude 340. Check. All right, departure. Looks like 12 right, no Sue, 1 Alpha.
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes, please.
Thanks.
All right. Let's go ahead and request our clearance. Clearance delivery, American 1910 with information Delta. Request clearance to Chicago.
American 1910, ATC clearance to Kilo, Oscar Romeo Delta, via the November Oscar Sierra Uniform 1 Alpha departure runway 12 right, and then as filed, climb to 900,000. Expect flight level 360 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 124.2, squawk 2647, QNH 1016.
At 360? You sure you want me to go up to 360? Cleared to Chicago via the Nosu 1 Alpha departure, runway 12 right, 9,000 feet. Expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after. Departure frequency 124.2, squawk 2647, altimeter 1016, American 1910.
Clearance to Kilo, Oscar Romeo Delta, via the November Oscar Sierra Uniform 1 Bravo departure
No.
runway 12 left, and then as filed, climb to 1000. Expect flight level 360
Hello.
within 10
Hi,
minutes
Captain.
after
The
departure.
terminal
Departure
staff are ready to
frequency
send the
is
passengers down.
124.2,
Can we
squawk
start boarding?
2647,
Yes,
QNH
you can start boarding.
1016.
No worries. I'll get the rest of the crew organized, and we'll make a start in a minute or two once the passengers start arriving from the terminal.
No.
All stations, we're about to start boarding.
American 1910, ATC clearance to Kilo, Oscar Romeo Delta, via the November Oscar Sierra Uniform 1 Alpha departure runway 12 right, and then as filed, climb to 900,000. Expect flight level 360 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 124.2, squawk 2647, QNH 1016.
Cleared to Chicago via the Nosu 1 Alpha departure, runway 12 right, climb 9,000 feet, expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after. Departure frequency 124.2, squawk 2647, altimeter 1016.
American 1910,
No!
ATC clearance to Kilo, Oscar Romeo Delta, via the November Oscar
Ah.
Sierra Uniform 1 Bravo departure runway 12 left, and then as filed, climb to 10,000. Expect flight level 360 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 124.2, squawk 2647, QNH 1016.
What am I doing wrong?
American 1910, ATC clearance to Kilo, Oscar Romeo Delta, via the November Oscar
Screw
Sierra
it.
Uniform 1 Alpha departure runway 12 right, and then as filed, climb to 12,000. Expect flight level 360 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 124.2, squawk 2647, QNH 1016.
Confirm.
1910. Read back correct. Contact ground on 130.5.
130.5, American 1910.
I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
Stupid. Alright. Departure. 12 right. Nosu 1 Alpha. Execute. Arrival. 28 center. I'm Ron Burgundy. 22 left. Two left. Riddle 6. FTZ. Request ATC clearance.
Stand by.
Don't you give me no standby. All right, let us take a look at our performance. 12 right, got plenty of runway. Even though we are kind of heavy, no wind. So our selected temperature is 48, takeoff rating. Keep it in a climb because we are pretty heavy. Flaps 5 degrees. VG 24.1, check. 148, 149, 153, check, check, check. 5.2, check. 93.4, that's good enough. How about that? All right.
Hi, here's the fuel slip.
Thanks.
Welcome. Have a nice flight.
So yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. Actually, we're about 13,000 under our max, so we will change. We'll change into climb 1. Request ATC clearance.
Good morning. American 1910. American 1910 is at the gate with the numbers, requesting ATC clearance.
Did I say we were ready? I didn't mean that.
Okay, cleared to our destination as filed. SWAT code is
PNAV,
as
armed,
assigned.
LNAV, armed. Now we are ready.
1910.
Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal, auto. Windows heat, on. Pressurization mode selector, auto. Flight instruments.
Heading 031, altimeter 3004.
Heading 031. Altimeter 3004. Parking brake.
Cockpit to ground.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Go ahead.
All right, we're going to start up the APU.
Stand by for ground power disconnection in a few minutes.
Got ourselves a lonely Boeing in a terminal full of Airbuses. I'm sorry, WestJet. All A320s and one little bitty Boeing. Not little bitty, but he belongs down there. I see they took my jetway away. Maybe they didn't. The ghost of my light is awake.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this self-loading cargo service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be a standard pushback and start off the gate. Taxi route will be as assigned by ATC. It will be a left seat takeoff, using rated thrust with an assumed temperature, landing a flaps 5 takeoff. Anti-ice will be off. Above 80 knots, we will reject for fire, engine failure, loss of control, or wind shear. The crew member noticing the abnormality will clearly state the problem. I will call reject or continue. If the decision is to reject, I will close the thrust levers and disengage auto throttle, observe or apply maximum braking, raise speed brakes, apply maximum amount of reverse thrust consistent with conditions and bring the aircraft to a complete stop on the runway, stow the speed brake, and set the parking brake, advise the cabin, this is the captain speaking, remain seated, remain seated. I will then perform any necessary memory items or checklists as appropriate. If an evacuation is required, I will initiate the evacuation checklist. In the event of an engine failure after V1, we will continue the takeoff, rotate at VR, all positive rate gear up, and cancel the master caution. There will be no other calls below 400 feet. At 400 feet, I'll call for a roll mode, then call confirm the failure. If required, we'll perform any necessary memory items, climb at V2 to V2 plus 20 to 1000 feet AFL or TOCA, whichever is higher. Retract flaps on schedule. When flaps have been retracted at or above flaps up maneuver speed, call for level change if VNAV is not engaged. Set max continuous thrust, and call for the appropriate emergency checklist. We are over our maximum landing weight,
I don't like
so
that.
if we are able, we will hold and burn off fuel before returning to the airport. The departure routing will be via the ATC assigned SID, complying with all published speeds and altitude restrictions. No noise abatement procedures required. LNAV is armed. Flight directives are
right
on.
back
Mine is
over
master,
there.
yours is slave. Navigation radios are set. The NOTAMs and the aircraft defect log have been reviewed. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No questions.
Departure brief complete.
Cabin crew.
Request pushback and start clearance. American 1910, request startup and pushback.
American 1910. Startup is approved.
Startup and pushback approved, American 1910. Request pushback and start clearance.
Ground American 1910. Requesting pushback and start clearance. Okay, cleared to push and start. American 1910.
It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all
All
times
right.
while seated.
Before start
Doors are
checklist.
clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for
Before
door
start
operation.
checklist. Flight deck door closed and
Doors
locked.
equipped with
MCP.
escape slide.
B2 158, heading 125, altitude 12,000 feet.
Exit may be behind you.
Takeoff speeds.
In an emergency
B1 148, VR 149, B2 153.
pressurized if there is
CDU
loss of
pre-flight.
cabin pressure, a panel will
Completed.
open, oxygen mask will
Rudder and aileron trim.
remain seated.
Pre and zero.
Fasten and pull a mask
Taxi and
towards you.
takeoff
Start
briefing.
to pull a box.
Completed.
Oxygen will be
Anti-collision
flowing to the
light
mask
on.
even though
Before
the
start
face is
checklist
not in
complete.
place. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask.
Start
Place your
sequence is
left
1, then
mask
2.
around your head and
Check.
tight by pulling on the end. Secure your own mask before assisting others.
Turn number 1.
Your seat bottom cushion
Start
needs
engine
a
one.
flotation device. Pull up and remove the cushion. Upon exiting the aircraft, place your arms around the cushion and hold onto the straps located on the back. This is a
Oil pressure.
flight. Smoking is not permitted in the cabin or lavatories. Cabin lights will now be turned off. Reading light buttons are located above your seat. Thank you for your attention.
Starter cutout. Number 1 stable.
Turn number 2.
Starting engine 2. Oil pressure.
Flaps 5. American 1910, request taxi.
American 1910. Taxi via Delta Alpha to runway 12 right.
Via Delta Alpha, runway 12 right, American 1910.
Starter cutout. Number 2 stable.
Okie dokie. My controls, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full Pull down, neutral, rudder, pull left, pull right, neutral. Flight controls check complete. Flight controls check complete. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice off. Isolation valve auto. Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Auto brake. RTO. Engine start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Clear. Before taxi checklist completed.
Request taxi clearance.
Ground. Good morning. American 1910. Ready to taxi.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's seated and secured for takeoff.
Cleared to
Thanks a
taxi.
lot.
American
Just let me know when you're ready to go, and I'll get you
1910.
proceeded.
We're almost ready, so you can take your seats now.
No problem.
Clear left.
All stations.
Clear
takeoff
right.
mission complete.
Gotta figure out how to turn off my vibration for this camera. That looks like V-Sync, doesn't it? That looks worse.
Flight deck. Okay, thanks. Captain, the cabin is secure.
Feel like I did something in here the other day. With V-Sync. As long as it's moving at a rate, doesn't seem half bad. I don't know, we gotta look at that. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Flaps 5, green light.
Stabilizer trim.
5.2 units.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
American 1910, contact tower on 118.6.
118.6, American 1910. American 1910, runway 12 right, ready for departure. Request takeoff clearance.
Tower, American 1910, ready for departure.
Lining up, runway 12 right, American 1910.
Cleared for departure. American 1910.
Runway entry procedure.
Okay. Cabin crew, take your seats.
1,
Clear
2,
on the approach.
right.
Ready to go.
On runway. 1, 2, right.
Takeoff.
0, runway 12 right, clear for takeoff, good flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 12 right, American 1910. What?
Thrust set. knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Positive flat. Gear up.
400 feet.
Contact departure on 124.2.
124.2, American 1910. American 1910 climbing 12,000.
American 1910. Radar contact. Continue ASN OS Uniform 1 Alpha departure. Climb to 12,000.
Clear for the NOS U1 Alpha departure, climbing to 12,000, American 1910.
American 1910. Did you read?
Flaps 2. Flaps 1. Flaps up.
Resume duties.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. On. Packs. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps. Up. No lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Happy to release the cabin crew.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Adios, Cancun. See you next time. Heading to warmer weather? Chicago? No. Not quite.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelts fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
I don't know. You see that?
In a few moments we'll commence our in-flight service.
Like I barely...
The chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in the in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks.
barely touch it, and it just all of a sudden makes a really big input to the left.
American 1910, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, American 1910.
10,000.
See? I let go of it.
Release cabin.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then I turn it, and it's like makes hardly any input. Turn it to the right.
Radios, two-way transmitters, or any other device in a transmit mode, as these devices may interfere with the aircraft's communication and navigation systems.
Autopilot on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are now...
Departure score 97.5. That bounce, man. Bounce, bounce.
American 1910, contact center 125.2.
125.2, American 1910. All right, we are going to increase our sim rate. Transition set standard.
Standard set. Passing flight level 184. Now.
All right. Enjoy El Cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start.
Rush out on an uptown train, doors open. As she walks in, she's soaking. Caught in the rain, her skin shines like crystalline. Eyes meet, you know where this goes. Her keys in, they take off their clothes, they're soaking. Caught in a dream, her skin shines like crystalline. The problem with believers, they let anyone in the door. The problem with deceivers is all the bodies buried under the floorboards. Sailors knew sirens would sing from rocks off the cliffs by the sea. The monsters with waiting teeth, their skin shines crystalline. shout on an uptown train, doors open. As she walks in, she's soaking. Caught in the rain, her skin shines like crystalline.
Alright guys, we are ready for our descent. Go ahead and reset our MCP. It'd be between 240 and 270, so we'll go ahead and dial it down to 24. Turn on our seatbelt sign. I have control.
Good morning once again from the cockpit.
You have control.
As you may have noticed, we've begun our descent. We should be arriving in around 20 minutes, depending on local air traffic, and I will shortly be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated, and you will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth
I really like Nikki Flores.
You'll next hear from me after
She's
landing,
the female
so I will wish you
singer
a
on
very
this.
Good morning once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
Alright, we'll go ahead and check in with ATC.
American 1910, identified. American 1910, turn to heavy 190.
No, we want to go to Morocco.
American 1910, cleared to intersection. Turn to heavy 060.
And
American 1910,
there we go.
India, November 2, expect ILS approach runway 22 left.
Totally different one. Clear for the Xi'an 2 arrival. Foxtrot Tango Zulu. ILS approach runway 22 left. American 1910.
American 1910, descend to flight level 250.
Descending flight level 250. American 1910. 22 left.
American 1910, descend to flight level 210.
Descending flight level 210. American 1910. Change to
Contact Chicago on 124.55.
124.55. American 1910. The heck was that, bro? American 1910, flight level 250, descending 210.
American 1910, sorry, unable at this time.
Okay. American 1910, flight level 240 or 210.
American 1910,
There we go.
roger, follow route.
Proceeding as filed, American 1910.
American 1910, turn to heading 010.
Heading 010, American 1910. All right, 110.1 on our navigation.
American 1910, turn to heading 355.
Heading 355, American 1910. 225 on the course.
1000 to level.
Minimums of 854.
American 1910, turn to heading 335.
Heading 335, American 1910. Why are you vectoring me out that far? How about you just let me fly the approach and just give me altitude descents?
American 1910, turn to heading 315.
Heading 315, American 1910.
American 1910, turn to heading 300.
Heading 300, American 1910.
American 1910, turn to heading 285.
Heading 285, American 1910.
American 1910, climb to flight level 210.
No.
American 1910, confirm. American 1910, climb to flight level 210. American 1910, turn to heading 270.
Heading 270, American 1910.
American 1910, contact Chicago on 123.75.
123.75, American 1910. American 1910, 17,000 for 12,000. American 1910, 17,000 for 12,000.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. I just wanted to come by and ask if everything was going okay.
Thanks for asking. Everything is going great.
Great. Give me a call if you need anything else.
American 1910, identified, continued via arrival.
Proceeding as filed, American 1910. METAR 2940.
Turn to heading 225.
Heading 225, American 1910.
American 1910, climb to flight level 210.
No. No speeds.
American 1910, did you read?
Climb and maintain flight level 210, American 1910.
American 1910, establish and maintain a heading of 220.
Heading 220, American 1910.
American 1910, climb to 16,000 altimeter, 29.40.
Chicago, Center, January, at flight level 350.
American 1910, establish and maintain a heading of 205. JetBlue 778, identified. American 1910, climb to 16,000 altimeter, 29.40. American 1910, descend to 12,000.
1,000 to level.
Descending 12,000 feet, American 1910.
American 1910, establish and maintain a heading of 205.
Heading 205, American 1910.
American 1910, contact Chicago, approach on 133.62.
133.62, American 1910. American 1910, 12,000.
American 1910, with SHA, India, November 2, arrival expected access to ILS, approach runway 22 left.
Clear for the Shane 2 arrival, ILS approach runway 22 left, American 1910.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
American 1910, turn to heading 200.
Heading 200, American 1910. Alright, final approach fix, 2,500.
Descent to 7,000.
Descending 7,000 feet, American 1910. Let's approach altitude is 4,000.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
The arrival routing will be via the ATC assigned star. complying with all published speeds and altitude restrictions. For an ILS approach, planning a flaps 40 landing. Final approach fix altitude is 2,500 feet. Decision altitude is 854 feet. Missed approach altitude is 4,000 feet.
Heading
Taxi
205
route in
American
will be as assigned
1910.
by ATC. We'll be arriving at a gate. Descent speeds and navigation radios are set. Airport NOTAMs have been reviewed. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No questions.
Approach brief complete.
Descending 2,500 feet, American 1910. Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Pressurization. Landing altitude is 700 feet. Recall. Check. Auto brake. Level 3. Landing data.
VREF 140, minimums 854 feet.
VREF 140. Minimums 854 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist completed.
Heading 200, American 1910. Transition set altimeter 2940.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing. 2940. Set passing 10,400. Now. $10,000.
American 1910. Did you read?
Heading 200, American 1910.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you are making a connection to another flight, please see the customer service agent meeting this flight or video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll be collecting all service items, newspapers, and any other items you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also in preparation for landing,
Heading 200, American 1910.
stow these devices and all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright positions and check the security indications. We will be landing shortly.
200.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your
Heading
seat
200, American 1910.
Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath the seat in front of you or an overhead bin. Please turn off all electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. Thank you.
American 1910. Turn to heading 200. American 1910. Establish and maintain heading on 205.
Heading 205, American 1910.
American 1910. Did you read? American 1910. Turn to heading 210. 910. Did you read? American 1910. Did you read? American 1910. Establish and maintain heading of 215. American 1910. Did you read?
Oh my gosh.
American 1910. Descent to 2,500.
$2,500 American 1910.
American 1910. Turn to heading 215. American 1910. Did you read?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Thousand to level.
1910. Establish and maintain heading of 220.
Radio altimeter alive. Cabin crew, take your seats.
American 1910. Did you read?
Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
2940 set.
2940. Set. Approach checklist completed.
American 1910. Establish
Flaps
and
2.
maintain heading 220.
Speed check. Flaps 10.
I did not say flaps 10, but whatever. Whatever floateth your boat.
American 1910. Did you read?
It is 6:30 right now in the morning.
American 1910.
We are doing okay.
Establish and maintain heading 225.
Trying to leave here by 6:45. I'm not exactly sure that that's going to happen. I can pull up my approach chart.
Final approach fix, height checked, missed approach altitude not set.
American 1910. Establish and maintain heading of 225.
Autopilot off.
American 1910. Did you read?
All right, you're done, ATC.
Cabin crew, please take seats for landing.
Got a little bit of deviation going on. Not bad, though. We can fix it.
2, left.
Landing
1,000
checklist.
feet, stable. Landing checklist. Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Flaps 40, green light.
Landing checklist completed.
Cleared. Cleared.
500 feet. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Ah.
Speed brake up.
4,000
Reverser's normal.
feet remaining. 3,000 feet remaining.
60 knots.
2,000 feet remaining.
Not my best effort. It was a little rushed. A little bit of get there-itis. I will admit. But we are here in Chicago.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain has
Lights and doors.
sign and the aircraft is parked safely at the gate. This will be your indication that it's
Check.
safe to move about the cabin, gathering your belongings.
Cabin crew disarm doors and cross-check.
We'd like to
Doors
thank you for
disarmed,
flying
no
with us today.
APU.
We appreciate your visit and hope to see you again on a future flight.
For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page. Visit the official self-loading cargo app. Thank you.
So we have the international terminal over here straight ahead of us, and then we'll be going over here to the left.
3 minutes.
Yeah, it was a short approach. Pretty much hit it right at the glide slope. So
Approaching 2-8 center.
that's normally not how that's flown at all. But that was more of a visual. That'd be something you would see in like a visual, not even really, because that was about 6 miles when I hit the glide slope. So usually you want to be stable at about 5 miles.
Approaching 2-8 right.
Do as I say, not as I do. I'll take the hit on the scores. I know I will. But I would rather take the hit on the scores than a hit at work. So there's a pretty little 777 there. Turkish Airlines. I was hoping to find a gate right over there. Apparently there's not one. Yeah, there's some gates in there. Just park right next to Mr. Alaska. Is someone throwing up crip signs? You hear that? Bang, bang.
Cabin crew, please disarm doors.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Once that happens, we will start deboarding, and you'll be able to leave the aircraft. Thank you.
Shutdown checklist.
Ground to cockpit.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps.
Go ahead.
Off. Probe heat. Auto. Hydraulic panel. Set. Flaps.
I can't
Up.
microphone chip, please.
Parking brake.
Clear enough. 4 out of 5.
Set.
Roger.
Engine start levers.
Cabin crew, the aircraft
Cut
is
off.
secure. Please open the doors when ready.
Weather radar.
You're clear to begin deboarding.
Off.
Okay, Captain.
Off.
Ground power.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes. Roger.
There it is. Bang, bang. All right. Take a look at our flight report.
Your portable electronic
100
devices must not be
points.
used until you are inside the airport.
All right,
When
submit.
disembarking, please take care and hold onto the handrails while walking down the stairs. Please ensure that you supervise your children, and for your own safety do not walk underneath the wing. Thank you.
.2. Arrival score 94.3. And it is 6:45 right on the nose. So, looks like final 3 glide slope I was high, which I guess. Then final I was pretty much right on the money. Landing 98.3, good threshold height, perfect landing flare. Boom, that is how you want to do it. Touchdown distance was long. That's the only hit I got. Runway alignment was poor. Yeah. All right. So overall flight score is a 97.2. Got dinged on that departure roll, the arrival roll. For some reason, they're still getting me on the taxi lights. But I will take it. It's another flight in the books. And I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day. Make sure that you get some flying in, get some learning in. Learn about how you handle short approaches like I just did. You know, read up on them. Because like I said, do as I say, not as I do. And remember to love each other and love yourselves. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys.